Star Wars The Old Republic is an MMORPG in the Star Wars universe that has been out for quite some time now, since 2011 to be exact. MMOs like this can be daunting to newcomers, especially to those who are unsure if they'll like the game enough to spend some real money into them. This video is not about spending cash in Star Wars The Old Republic. In fact, this video is all about the complete free-to-play experience a player may expect if you don't want to spend some cash. I have completed tons of quests and played hundreds of hours, which, by the way, isn't so bad for playing free. In my early levels in the game, somewhere between level 5 to 10, upon looking at the amount of limitations a free-to-play player has, I almost got discouraged to the point of uninstalling the game. However, I pushed on to see where these limits might take me. As you move forward, some of these limitations get unlocked through playing, like sprinting for example, gets unlocked upon reaching level 10, or a storage function, which I thought for a long time was not available for a free-to-play player. But yes, a storage system will become available once you are able to buy your own house. And owning a house is not that difficult. You can also acquire a mount upon reaching level 20 as free-to-play, and eventually increase the speed of your mount through legacy leveling. You do have a credit cap, which is the in-game money of 1 million. Technically, the credits you can own may exceed this 1 million cap since you can deposit credits in your storage, but the maximum amount you can carry at a time is 1 million. So anything you wish to buy in the auction house or shops cannot exceed 1 million. The most expensive house I was able to buy was from Nolrac, because that's the most expensive house below the 1 million cost. I did not have the need to buy anything greater than 1 million in my hundreds of hours of playthrough. That can discourage me from having fun with questing. Knowing early on that the max level for free-to-play is 60 is also discouraging, but I also later realized that level was not a requirement to complete quests. Being free-to-play, a ton of fully voice-acted story content and side missions can be played, as well as flashpoints, which are instance dungeons that can be played solo or with a group. Warzone PvP and starships are also available. If you're into questing, there are a ton of story content here. There are also class-specific quests unique to the class you are using. Eventually, while questing, you'll reach the max level of a free player, which is level 60. It doesn't matter though, because the area you go to matches your level anyway. And even when you've reached max level, there's still a lot of questing to do, and I mean a lot. There's a ton of voice acting. Sometimes it felt like I was playing a single player campaign, except with other players running around from time to time. You can also participate in group flashpoint missions. It's fun playing with other people. What's limiting though is you are not able to equip artifact gear, which I think is what the endgame gear is for, that is mainly used for competitive play. I tried group flashpoints, but I mainly did the solo missions because I was afraid I was under-geared for them. But the game does sync your level with other players. For example, even though I was level 60, my level got increased to 70 during a flashpoint mission of that level. The combat system still looks good for its age. It is an old school tab targeting series of button pressing style. You repeatedly press your series of buttons over and over against a lot of enemies. This can feel very repetitive and tiring a lot of times, but the story kept me going. You do have a maximum of 4 characters in your account as a free player, as well as limited crafting skills. Normally, you can have up to 3 crew skills or crafting skills, but instead you are limited to 1. Being limited to 1 is limiting since you would have to rely on other people for materials if you're a crafter, or be a seller in the auction for materials. I think there is a way around this though. For example, my main character, a Jedi Knight, has gathering artifacts as a profession. I created another character which is a Sith. Upon opening the inventory of my Sith character, the items gathered by my Jedi Knight is also in the materials inventory of my Sith character. You have your own storage shared across all your accounts, which, by the way, a free player has. Server population is still alive. I see other players running around even in not busy areas. Paying for extra content is only advisable if you are truly into Star Wars, is okay with tab targeting mechanics, and is into PvP. If you choose to be completely free to play, it's still worth playing due to the ton of story content accessible. If you're just in it for the story or questing, free to play is good enough. The fetch quests and kill a number of enemies can be boring and tiring, but the voice acting and story makes up for it. Some limitations like the credit cap is also not a problem for free to play. You can live with those as free to play, and the limitations are not crippling for completing the game's main story or tons of side quests. I do recommend you check Star Wars The Old Republic if you like RPGs or Star Wars. Being completely free to play is indeed possible in this game.